Did somebody order a package? Because I am here to deliver. Ladies, gentlemen, select gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. Bienvenidos a mi canal. Okay, scene change and part change. Sorry kids, I am a Libra through and through, so the indecisivity in this dancery is all the way real. But yes, as you guys have noticed, we're in a new setting, new packaging, same great flavor. But I must say, being back in front of this big, huge window is making your girl feel a little bit more snatched than usual. But let us not get sidetracked here. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. The point of today's video is 5 years ago to this date, December 10th, 2012, I had my name legally changed to what you see now on my Instagram, Snapchat, my birth certificate, my ID, to Carla Cassandra, a seemingly small feat in the grand scheme of things. But when you transition and you're becoming the new and improved version of yourself that you have dreamt of being your whole life, these are big moments and they deserve and need to be celebrated. Now, in celebration of my 5-year name anniversary, today's video is gonna be all about my name change and why did I choose my name? So with that being said, cue in Destiny's Child. Say my name, say my name. I definitely want to start this video by saying that I owe my whole name change to my friends and family. The reason why I was actually able to legally change my name was because they were the ones who came together, raised money, and presented it to me as a gift for my 22nd birthday in 2012. A little story time to my story time. We're gonna play a little bit of Inception here. That birthday I was turning 22 and I think my friends just really wanted to do something really special for me, and they asked me if they could come over and hang out, and I'm like, yeah, nobody's home, I just got back from dinner, come on over. And I go to answer the door and I kid you not, the moment I open the door, there's like a flood of my friends, a flood of like flashes happening, and I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. It was all happening so quick, and the only thing I remember was opening the door, seeing the flashes, and then just closing the door. I don't know why. But I opened the door back up and all my friends were just like, happy birthday, here's your gift. And I just see this huge like poster board that's cut out like into a check that has my name on it, and it says Carla Cassandra, and it says like $617, and then you know how you write like what's it for underneath on a check, it says for your name change. And I just start bawling and I start crying because nobody and no one has ever done anything that extremely sweet for me. It just meant so much that they cared that much to come together, start a GoFundMe, and pay for my name change. And go figure, because I'm a hoarder and I like to archive important things, I figured I would need this in the future. This was the check that they got me for my birthday. It's so funny. They even knew that 831 are my lucky number, so they made that the check number, and they put it all down here. We used to make fun of this because Micah tried to sign the word lovers on it, but it ended up looking like Yovers. So this was a check, and everybody signed the back. There was where the actual check went. So that was super sweet, and this was such an amazing memory, and I'm gonna have to thumbnail this. I'm just truly grateful for my friends and how great and how thoughtful and how loving they are for this gift. Now every time that I look at my ID or anytime I look at forms I have to fill out and my name being the name that I wanted my name to be, I can't help but think of them and how truly grateful I am for them. And if any of my friends that donated are watching, I just want to thank you guys so much. I don't think I ever got around to personally thanking everyone, but it means so much to me. And I get to now have a comfortable ID, and I get to fill out paperwork and tell the world I'm Carla Cassandra, and it's because of you guys. So I thank you and I love you. So I started going by my new name 8 years ago, but I got it legally changed 5 years ago. So I was going by Carla Cassandra for 3 years up until the time that I actually was able to get it legally changed. I ended up filing for my name change in October, but then after you file, you have to get your name published in a newspaper for like 4 weeks straight or something of that nature. Don't mark my words yet. I forget what the time being was. But then my court date wasn't until December 10th, and then that's where they allot you your new name. And that happened to be all the way in December, which is fine because I had been going by my name for like 3 years already. What was 2 more months? So, okay. Sharing some really personal information with you guys. Just know you heard it here first and not Wikipedia. I'm not even on Wikipedia. My birth name that my parental units gave me, you know, when they thought I was gonna be a boy for the rest of my life, was Carl Michael Sampson. And honestly, I'm like, if that's not the whitest name I've ever heard, I think all my teachers before they met me all thought I was gonna be like this Caucasian boy. They were in for a big surprise. But yes, my birth name was Carl Michael. And I've always struggled with my name because growing up, I hated the name Carl. And I think it was primarily because like my brothers and sister used to make fun of me and call me Carl Winslow. And I would cry so bad. But the thing is, I don't even remember my family ever calling me Carl or Michael. So I actually grew up being called Mikey with 2 E's. Don't get it twisted. She was unique from the start. Side note, in hindsight, after transitioning and being really, really comfortable in my body, I thought that it would have been really cool to actually keep the name Mikey with 2 E's because it would have made it like unique and it would have made it like really like edgy and cool, but the name Mikey wasn't woman enough for me. He wasn't man enough for me. So when I was younger and I had like birthed the female version of myself in my head, her name wasn't always Carla. When I was younger and I was going by Mikey, I named her Michelle. And thank God I didn't stick with those guns because she ain't Michelle or Kelly. But I used Michelle because it was just obviously closer to Michael because I didn't like the name Carl at all. And I hated the annotation of being Carl Winslow. But when I entered middle school and I realized I was Filipino, that's when I really started embracing my Asian heritage. I was like the new girl at this middle school. So all of the Filipino kids that were like banding together to make this huge like Filipino supergroup like came to recruit me the moment they smelt like Filipino blood. And while trying to embrace that, I felt like I really wanted to identify with a more ethnic Asian / Spanish name. Side note, the name Carla is actually derived from Germany. But that's where I really decided, wait a second, I hate the name Carl, but I really like the name Carla. I started to finally feel like really Filipino, and I really, really, really liked the name, and it felt more grown. I was in 6th grade. Than Michelle felt. But from that point forward, I said, Carla is my girl name. And if God ever decided to wake me up one morning, I would have long, luscious hair and a vagina, my name would be Carla. And I never looked back and I never made any other decision. And here we are, folks. Okay, scene change, part change, and now earring change. Why I decided to get my ears re-pierced in the middle of shooting a video, I'm not sure. But now I can't change it for the next 6 weeks. Hot mess central. Ugh, I'm over it. Moving on. In high school, you know, in my boy years, I used to write a lot of fictionalized stories, primarily as therapy, but also as an outlet for my female spirit. One of my characters' names was Cassandra, who I named after the singer Cassie, because Cassie embodied the type of woman I wanted to look like. She was this tan, cute nose, long, dark, luscious hair, having Filipino goddess. And that was the kind of woman I wanted to be. But my character Cassandra, ironically enough, was written as the counterpart to the main character whose name was, you guessed it, Carla. And what I loved most about her character was that she wasn't good, but she also necessarily wasn't bad. And she came off as very perfect, but deep down she was very flawed. And underneath her exterior, she had so much heart. So in that sense, she wasn't the hero but she also wasn't the villain. She was just human. And I personally am always drawn to and have such a soft spot for those kinds of characters. So with that in mind, I just always had an affinity for the name Cassandra. So to just snowball on top of that, when I first went out as myself, I went to the club with my friends, and as we're like passing the line, I start hearing these guys go, "Yo, Cassie's here. Is that Cassie?" And I'm like, "Cassie? I love Cassie." So I turn around and I realize that they're actually referring to yours truly. It was 2009 fetus me. I looked like shit. But 2009 fetus me thought, I have arrived. So it goes without saying, but the name Cassandra really stuck and really resonated with me to the point where I was legitimately second guessing if Carla was the name I really absolutely 100,000,000,000% wanted to go with. But I was like, girl, it is too late to change your name now because everyone's just now getting used to calling you Carla. Like, you cannot go switching it up. But I wasn't trying to let nobody catch me being indecisive. Like, bitch, you're changing your gender, your name 2 times. Like, what do you really want? But I'm very much a have your cake and eat it too kind of girl. So I thought maybe not completely change my name, but maybe just join and marry the two together. So I was like, okay, what if it was like Cassandra Carla? And I was like, that doesn't really roll off the tongue. No ring to it whatsoever. I was like, all right, not Cassandra Carla. Okay. Carla Cassandra? Carla Cassandra. Carla Cassandra. I instantly knew in that moment because I have really good intuition and I feel things very deeply. The way it just so naturally rolled off the tongue, the way my stomach turned and my soul felt like it was flying. I felt God part the clouds and whisper, "Let's go get 'em." And in that moment, 8 years ago, almost 9, I had a really good feeling, or at least I hoped, that this name would make a really big difference in the world, some way, somewhere, somehow, to someone. And whether it has or not, that's still a developing story, so stay tuned. As a cherry on top, I decided to Google my name, and the name Carla means free woman, which couldn't be more fitting. And Cassandra means helper of men, which works out because I'm literally Captain Save-A-Ho. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the story behind my name. And I carry so much pride in it because it has so much meaning to me, and it is so close to my heart and characterizes a huge part in my transition and my life. And I'd like to think that in my years of having the honor of being Carla Cassandra, that I've been able to make a difference. And it's a name that has brought me so far in life and has brought me closer to feeling at home in my own body. Oh, we getting deep. For those of you transitioning or going through a transition in your life and trying to find the right name for you, my only advice is to wait on it and to pray on it. Don't hop onto the very first name that sounds attractive. Make sure it has meaning to you and make sure that it's something that you see yourself going by for the rest of your life. Because mind you, you only have one time to get it right and you only want to tell people to change your name one time in their contact list. So just remember not to rush into anything. Really take your time on it. Don't feel stressed out if it's not coming to you. It'll come eventually and it'll all make sense and it'll all click. And I promise it'll be one of the most glorious moments in your life. So here's to 8 years. 5 legal ones of being Carla Cassandra. And that is my video. If you guys like it, don't forget to put a thumbs up on it. If you are new to my channel, 1, welcome. 2, press that button down there that says subscribe. Turn on your notifications to be notified anytime I upload a new video. And other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. But until then, don't forget to work hard and slay harder. I love you. Hasta luego. Ciao.
Why you got to lie? I'm all up in your game, or you better say my name.